success of your golf swing is based on how well your body answers those demands.
Well, and I can say I've been playing golf for 22 years at this point.
Mhm.
I played tennis for 25 years. So I'm an athlete.
Yes, you are.
However, when it comes to my golf swing, I still have tendencies
Yeah.
that are really hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
And I feel like, though, we were kind of talking before that people don't realize that they can actually fix some of these tendencies
Correct.
that they have.
Yep.
So, for example, I'm someone who does have an over the top swing. I
Yep.
can get that tendency to come in those days, or my kinematic sequence might be off
Yep.
for that day.
Mhm.
Or I even get loss of posture. And I'm thinking, I've been doing this game for 22 years and I still get loss of posture.
Yes.
But I know that there's ways that we can truly help
Yeah.
our bodies function better.
Yeah. And that's you hit the nail on the head with function. So with regards to those tendencies that live in your body,
Mhm.
right? A lot of golfers don't understand that they can address and find solutions,
Mhm.
very, very real solutions that you and I are aware of,
Yes.
that we can offer, that's outside of the traditional and classic golf instruction approach.
Mhm.
I believe that golf instruction and great equipment are essential to
Yes.
getting better at this game. There's no doubt about that,
Totally agree.
right? However, I think that instruction and equipment make up together about half of what's necessary for someone to really, really make progress
Yep.
at this game. Like you said yourself, you've been playing for 22 years or more, right? Is that
Yep.
correct?
22 years.
Okay. All right. And you still have those tendencies in your body.
Yes.
Most people do.
Yes.
And most people don't realize that classic golf instruction is it's proven that it's not the way to get out of those tendencies.
Right. Well, and I've told so many people, and I even tell golf instructors,
Yeah.
you can give all the lessons you want
Yes.
each and every day.
Yes.
But if your client is not strong enough
Yes.
to be able to maintain posture, or they don't have internal hip rotation,
Yes.
that lesson you give them each and every day,
Yeah.
nothing changes
Nothing changes. No.
until they physically can work
Yeah.
on changing their body.
Okay, so let's talk about that then.
Okay.
Golf instruction is not intended to increase someone's ability to move their physical body.
True.
A golf instruction is not physical therapy. It's not a chiropractic
Correct.
event. It's to teach theory on how to take a club and swing it to hit a ball, hopefully in a predictable way.
Correct.
Or direction, right?
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
Golf instructors aren't educated to physically make a difference in your body. That's not their job.
Right.
And it's not their fault.
Correct.
It's not their job.
Right.
Right.
So this is why I feel like there's such a great partnership
Yeah.
with golf instructors
Yes.
and personal trainers and physical therapists for
Absolutely.
sure, who understand all this,
Yeah.
can truly elevate and change someone's golf game.
Absolutely.
So let's dive into the over-the-top swing flaw for those who have it.
With regards to, so many people deal with the chop over the top move.
That would be me.
Yeah. So if we were to give a physical example of over the top, I'll just kind of profile myself to the
Yep.
body so they can see the shoulder plane,
Yep.
right? So at the top of my backswing, if I'm in a forward bend, right, and my address is fundamentally sound, and I swing, I produce a backswing that's on plane, the over the top move gets off plane immediately.
Yep.
The over the top changes the plane immediately and comes over, and there are a lot of things that are taking place in the body. The body wants to resist going into a side bend normally.
Yep.
Right? So if I lack side bend, lateral flexion, then my body is going to cheat out of that move and chop instead of maintain a plane right?
And I know for a fact that that is one of my weaknesses.
Yeah.
Is the side bend.
Yep.
That if my back is feeling really tight that day,
Yep.
I don't have a lot of mobility going on.
Yep.
Then I know for a fact that I will be most likely doing that. That swing may appear.
Yeah.
In my game that
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Because your body already senses that it doesn't want to go into this particular range of motion, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with the side bend being one of the main culprits, right? I'll change my shoulder plane and change my shoulder plane during a single golf swing. When we want to maintain a shoulder plane, it changes. There's another thing, another bodily function that the body doesn't want to do with regards to the over the top move or the characteristic, and that's internal hip rotation. The body doesn't want to go into internal hip rotation, which is essential to every golf swing. Right? Okay. So I'm a right-handed golfer, you're a right-handed golfer. If you're presenting a tight internal hip rotator on your left side, on the lead side of your body.
So when I finish my swing.
Yes, when you finish your swing, you're rotating your hips into this hopefully fixed femur.
Yep.
Right? Okay. So if my hips are tight, or if I'm presenting some sort of hip discomfort, my body and my brain knows avoid it. No matter what I'm trying to do, what my instructor wants me to do, my body already is programmed. I'm not going there.
Right.
So I'm going to do this instead. Right? I get to the top of my swing, and instead of turning my hips into this impact position, this classic position you see on tour every Sunday, right? This beautiful position.
Yeah.
I'll do this instead. I will slide out of the way and bump it and avoid. Have you seen that?
I know.
I avoid rotating.
Yep.
And if I avoid to rotate, then I can chop instead of rotate.
Yep.
That produces an over the top movement pattern.
So here's what typically is happening. I can speak for myself of what I'm feeling that day.
Yeah.
So my back is tight.
Yep.
My upper back is tight. My low back might be a little bit sore.
Mm-hmm.
Or just tight.
Yeah.
But guess what? We do have a solution.
Yes.
Thankfully, that can really help with that.
Yes.
So let's dive into some exercises that can help.
Okay.
With over the top.
All right. So we have a TrueTurnPro right here. One of my two favorite exercises. We talked about side bend.
Yep.
And we talked about internal hip rotation.
Yes.
Okay. Essential towards building that solution to the over the top movement pattern.
Yes.
Okay. So naturally, we want to take the body into those demands, into side bend, into internal hip rotation. We can do with the TrueTurnPro, we can do both separately, and then the cool thing is we can blend it together, which is one of my favorite stretches. This is a flat plane.
Yep.
Right? And what I want you to do is just go into just a squat, just regular squat. Good. Okay. Rise. Good. Get another one. Okay. Good. One more. Okay. Good. Now, give me a quarter squat. Just right there. Okay. Now, the main bar is matching your shoulder plane. It's matching your clavicles, right? Your collarbones.
Yep.
Okay. Now, all I want you to do is from this quarter squat, you're going to take a side bend right here and open up all that create that flexibility on the left side of your body. Okay. Level off. Good. And stand up. Good. Go to a quarter squat. Go to the other side. Open up. Yep.
I'm just going to be honest with everyone. I'm tight there.
Good. Take a squat. Other side. Good. Beautiful. Rise. Yep. Go back down. Take that side bend. Stretch. Open. Beautiful. Okay. Good. So what we're going to do is you're going to take a little semi-squat, a little squat. Okay. Now, give me a side bend. Okay. Now, on this side bend, you're going to stay on this plane.
Uh-huh.
You're just going to rotate, turn.
This is awesome.
Good. Keep that bend. Keep that bend. Good. That directly relates to your golf swing. Good. Level off and stand up. Okay. So we're going to squat. We're going to side bend. Rotate. Stretch. Stretch. Good. Release that rotation. Level off that side bend and stand up. Perfect. Want to do it again?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Side bend.
Feels so good.
Rotate. So I love to blend side bend with rotation, or internal hip rotation with side bend, which is what we'll get into next. Good. So it's important that golf students understand that we have to understand that there are 4 physical demands to every golf swing. And that's it. There's 4 physical, what I call 4 pillars, okay, of golf. Of golf specific joint function. So think about that. Golf specific joint function, right? So when you address a golf ball, you take your body that produces the top club position, we unwind that body to impact, and then into our finish, your body is going through a repetitive movement pattern. And that repetitive movement pattern should happen nearly the same way every time. Right? That will be a consistent golf swing, right? A repeatable, strong, balanced golf swing is a physical symphony of movement, right? And it has to be thought about like that. The wrong approach, in my humble opinion, is thinking about the golf swing in terms of club position. It should be thought of in terms of body position, because it's the body that's placing the club. It's not the club that places the body. That's putting the cart in front of the horses. Okay? We want the body to work club position. So what I'd like to do is the clock drill. And this is going to be an internal hip rotation drill. This is going to help you create that flexibility and that range of motion in your hips so that you are avoiding that golf-related hip pain and that hip sway and that slide and that forward thrust. The hips have to stay in a rotary fixed position in order to really stabilize that spine angle to best contact the ball. Right? People have to understand that if the hips move, the spine has to move. And we want to maintain spine angle. So why don't we just say we want to maintain hip position when we are building a golf swing?
I like it.
With your true turn, you're going to go on a flat plane. I want you to bring your feet closer together. There you go. Okay, let's get your feet parallel to one another. Nice and parallel. Perfect. Okay, so if there were, and I wish I would have brought my hula hoop. Okay? I have a hula hoop on the ground. Okay? Which puts you in this imaginary cylinder. You're in a giant cup. All right? And what I want you to do is your left foot is on the outside of the cylinder. I want you to imagine your right foot being in the center of the cylinder, kind of like a clock. Okay? And that's why we call it the clock drill. If your right foot's the center of the clock, your left foot is on the number 9. You're going to gently inch your way around to the 10, 11, 12. See if you can get past 12, right? And you're stabilizing that right foot. That right foot and that right femur aren't moving. And guess what? You're in about 60 degrees of internal hip rotation on your right side, on your trail side right now. That's awesome. Okay? All right, so what I want you to do, you feel the stretch over here?
I do feel a stretch.
Beautiful. Okay, now I want you to put all your body weight, place all your body weight on top of your right foot and let that energy that you've created in your right hip unwind. Just like that. It's just going to throw you back all by itself.
It does. It's fun.
Yeah, you don't have to force that. Just give into that coil, that energy, that kinetic energy that you built, and let it unwind. Okay, so we're going to wind into that right hip, which is you're storing energy, you're loading energy into your right hip, just like in your backswing. Now you're going to release it. Good. Give me another one. So the clock drill creates flexibility in your right hip. Now let's go to the other side. Now your left foot is the center of the clock, and your right foot's going from 3, 2, 1, 12. Can you get to the 11? There it is. All right. And that's internal hip rotation on the lead hip, on the left hip.
And that's when, though, your hips are tight. Your lead hip doesn't always want to accept that.
Yeah, and there's some mean things that happen to a golf swing when we have tight hips.
Yes.
When we have tight hips, it's nearly impossible to maintain spine angle. Okay. When we go into our clock drill, I'm going to add side bend to it. Now this is getting very golf specific.
Yes.
Okay. Even more so because I'm combining two of our golf specific exercises together into one. So I do my clock drill. I feel my right hip stretching right about now. And then because the golf ball is in front of me, I want to take my side bend to the towards the golf ball. Now that's a steep plane, and the steeper I can get my plane, the more flexibility I'm developing in those muscles on the right side of my body. I level off, place my weight, uncoil. That feels so good. And so what does that translate in? It translates into top of my golf swing. Okay, because I'm loading into my right hip. I want to go into right hip internal hip rotation, but I'm also creating side bend, thereby establishing what? Shoulder plane. Okay, and then from here, it's about unwinding into the impact position. So I got to get to the other side now. Okay, lead hip or left hip, internal hip rotation. Give me a good stretch towards the golf ball. Opening up all those muscles in that left hip. I come off of it and unwind. Right? All right. So at that point, I'm getting into the other side of it, my impact position. This is where we want to crush the golf ball right here. Impact, maintaining spine angle because I have the flexibility and freedom in my hips to do so.
Yep, absolutely. Love it.